Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So here we are back with these JS 550s, and these things are looking better than ever. So started doing some cutting and buffing, and did some assembly on it, and yeah, let's dive into them and see what's going on. Alrighty guys, so as you can tell, the paint is looking amazing. Probably hard to tell, camera can't do its justice, but the sparkles are just amazing. So we already got this riveted in, siliconed, everything's pretty much done. So we already even ceramic coated this thing. This is probably already about 2 weeks of drying, so it's pretty much good to go. We already assembled the pump. Check it out. The ride plate, everything's already hooked up. Sponsoons are already hooked up. Everything's good to go. Started putting the motor mounts in here. Some water in here, giving it a good wash. So we got to drain all that. But other than that, it's pretty much good to go. The water box is pretty much, we painted it with appliance epoxy paint, and it's pretty much good to go. Put some soft foam on here just to keep it from vibrating stuff. Since the jet ski looks amazing and top notch, so I had some of this paint, and I went ahead and painted this tube so that way it doesn't look too bad. But as you can see, this big old thing that goes on right here, we kept it original, so it's good to go. So we painted that stuff with some flexible paint, some of that good stuff. I painted my Sea-Doo stencil on there if anybody watched the video, but it's the SEM color code. This is what I used, and vinyl prep is kind of what I sprayed. I mean, it did help out a little bit, softened the material, and yeah, that's the flat black. And yeah, engine's pretty much buttoned up. Upgrading the exhaust, it used to be stock. Manifold and air intake is what we're modifying, and water box is gutted, so it's gonna be a lot louder just for fun. And yeah, so let's check out this ski right here. Nice and dull, as you can tell. We sanded it down and basically trying to get it pretty much nice, flat and smooth, and get it looking pretty good as the other ski. So we're going with the 2500, and that's it. And then just getting a high cut buffing compound, and yeah, pretty much that's it for here. And sanding down all the parts. So got these right here and pretty much done, and we could start assembling things. But pretty much it. Let's go. What's up, man? What do you think?
Dang, that just pops, man. Dang, that was freaking good.
Unreal, huh?
Dude, it just... all that shiny, man. Oh my. Shiny stuff. It's
All that bling bling, you know?
Yeah, dude. Shoot. Oh my.
HydroTurf is on there.
Turf looks good, man.
Yeah, man, this thing just matches so good.
Oh my gosh. Dang, dude. That's
One thing is to
insane.
put this thing, I was not sure if we should drill out that hole a little more or not, but
Yeah. Dang, dude.
still got the hood seal right here, man. I wasn't sure if you wanted to put this on or not. Kind of think it looks better without it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Kind of, if you put that, it kind of blocks a lot of that red. I don't know. Should we or should we not?
I think it helps a lot because when you hit jumps and stuff, you always hit your toes. Or at least I caught myself doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, if it looks
we
better.
could.
I mean, it does look better with the red out. It looks good.
Yeah.
A lot better.
I mean, we could always add this. So
Yeah,
that's
we could
that's
always
one of
keep
those
it a
things.
piece, you know,
But yeah, engine's in, fuel tank, everything's in.
yeah. Dude, that's insane. Oh my.
Yeah, exhaust tab that we welded.
Oh yeah, fit perfect.
Fit just like right in. Perfect. Everything just looks so good.
Did you have to drill it out or anything?
Nope.
Nothing?
Everything just.
Damn, dude. That looks top notch. Like that blue on that tab looks really good. You gotta do the whole exhaust thing.
The what tab?
That tab. Yeah, that's like that blue.
Oh,
the color, whatever
yeah,
it's
the
called.
weld.
Yeah, the weld from the weld. Looks so good.
Talking about that weld right there. Stainless steel weld right there.
Bug likes it.
Yeah, I might need to do a little vacuuming out of here, but
Yeah.
yeah, only thing you got left to do on this thing is probably pull this thing back out.
Yeah.
How you gonna change those wires?
What wires?
Fuel lines.
Oh yeah, fuel lines. Crap.
So you gotta pull the box out,
Yeah.
or you just pop that thing out.
Yeah, I did it before. I did it. I had to change them and I put the new one.
You actually still have to pop the e-box off.
Yeah, either way, I mean.
Yeah. So whatever, it'd probably be easier to just
Yeah.
pop this thing off and just
Yeah. I
measure
did
everything out, slap them on. We should have done it right away.
it. Yeah.
And but yeah, other than that, it's just pretty much.
Is that from the other one? The jetski, all the tubes?
Yeah, from that one that came with that
Fits
pipe,
so
so we
good.
swapped it. Good to go. It's got the Mariner pipe, full pipe, manifold, everything. Everything's sealed up. Everything's looking good. So we just gotta run the tubes. What do you think about that?
That looks good.
You like
That
that?
makes that pop, yeah.
Yeah.
Matches
I'm
real
gonna
good.
still take it off because I want to hit it right here with a buffer.
Oh, you sanded it out some?
Yeah, I wanted to clean it up right here. It was a little noticeable. But yeah,
That looks
got
good,
that
man.
thing all looking good. But
This side, from the sun hitting it, looks so good, man.
yeah, I wish the sun or the camera would do its justice, but yeah, awesome. I love it. I'm glad you like it.
Yep. Awesome.
Alrighty, guys, as you can tell, we're pretty in depth right now and actually getting very close to our final stages. And as you can tell, these bodies are looking fire. Everything is coming together pretty good. And as you can tell, this one is coming out real well. Check out this paint. Come out pretty good. Check out this engine bay. All the fuel lines have been run. Just gotta plug them in on this ends and run them in here and run the water lines, the coolant lines, and get that all put together. So it's a K&N filter, Mariner pipe, full pipe, and a unbranded, or I'm not really sure what brand manifold, exhaust manifold it is. But other than that, it's coming right along. HydroTurf has been already installed and ready to go on this one. This one has to get still installed, and this is the hood seal for this one, and another one is somewhere in the back. We'll gotta install that. And also go check out vintagejetski.com and see what they got to offer. And since I'm working or being sponsored by them, so go check them out and see what's up. But yeah, these things have been coming right along. As you can tell, the pontoons, everything's on, riveted together. And as you can tell, the ride plate and everything is bolted on and good to go. So yeah, we're super pumped that it's coming to an end. Still gotta glue the VIN number in there, or the HIN number. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty much ready to go. And as you can tell, the poles are good to go. Bling bling. And as you can tell, the hoods are all good to go. And yeah, just got a few more parts to assemble and we should be good to go. Alrighty guys, let's see how far we can go and see what else we can put on there. Hey guys, want to do a quick video on this chin pad for the JS 550 JS440, JS300, and I believe the 550SX. Basically, I want to do a video on this pad that goes on right here. Basically, it's riveted on. As you can tell, you got to drill it out, then it's pretty hard to get back on, not that easy. I haven't really seen any good video on how to put this back on. But anyways, I found a pretty easy way. Cost about $5 on some extra hardware, plus minus something like that. But anyways, only thing you got to do is take apart this I guess it's almost like a rubbery type of a material, and you basically pop these staples out, and the way I figured out was just throwing a screwdriver underneath and just popping it up just like that. And as you can tell right there, staple stays in there, and basically you just reuse it and push it back in. Basically you're popping it up and throwing it back in, and it's wrapped really well and it stretches pretty easily. And if it's not stretching easily, just give it some heat, and yeah, it'll stretch pretty good. But on top of that, these are the hardware I purchased. So I went with 3mm screws. So this is all 3mm hardware. And what I'm gonna do is, I got a heat gun set up right here, and borrowing my wife's pink handy dandy. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to glue these on the back side, on the inside of this, so these will protrude, and so they won't twist. And I'll twist on the M3 nuts on there from underneath here, because it'll be sitting on the outside and the nuts will protrude through these holes. And yeah, I'll just tighten it all up and it should work pretty well. And I know it's gonna work pretty well because I just did this one and it came out pretty well. It's all solid, pretty much all put together. It's becoming to look something like finalized ski. Everything's pretty much buttoned up. Only thing I want to do is I want to loosen up the throttle on the carburetor first, and then I'll attach this, and this thing is pretty much all done. And anyways, let's get back to this thing. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start taking this thing apart, and then we'll get back to you when I start gluing the screws to this plastic piece. Let's go. And you will have to remove the foam. Alrighty guys, so we pulled off this foam piece with the staples. Just leave them in there, and a few staples will pop out, so just keep them on the side and you can reuse them. And basically you don't even have to use any extra holes or staples or anything like that. So what we're gonna do is now pop these rivets out, and you just pop out just like that. Seems like the washer is still stuck in this one, so we'll just have to pry it out with some flathead screwdriver or something like that. But yeah, so we'll get that out, and we'll start prepping the screws for hot gluing. Alrighty guys, so we got the rivets and everything out. So what we're gonna do is kind of slide it in and hold it from the inside or underneath, and then we'll start using the glue gun, and then we'll shoot some glue underneath. And we'll use a good amount, and then we'll pull the screw in a little bit, make sure it's all centered, and give it a few seconds to cool off, and it should be good to go. And then we'll do that to the rest of them, and after I get these all glued up, and I'll get back to you guys. Alrighty guys, so all these screws or bolts, whatever you can call them, I glued them all back in there. Good to go. Now I'm gonna try to put it underneath this wrap, the chin pad, and slide it all back in. Then slide all the staples back in, and we should be good to go to slap it back on the thing and bolt it all back together. And then next time we want to use it, just go ahead and unscrew it. We should be good to go. Alrighty guys, let's hit the time lapse and assemble this thing. Well guys, there it is. As you can tell, the screws are all in. Everything's buttoned up. The staples are pushed back in. It's nice and tight. And let's go ahead and test fit and see how it fits. Alrighty guys, I was able to screw everything back together. So I used basically it's a fender washer and a split washer, and put it all together with a stainless steel nut, and it's all good to go. Everything tightened up, solid on there, ain't going nowhere. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you install the chin pad back together without using any rivets. Let's go guys. Well guys, there you have it. These things have come pretty much to a close. Everything's pretty much assembled, as you can tell. Everything's put back on. The exhaust's on. This one has everything pretty much ready to go. This one fires right up and ready to rip. This one is the one that's coming along with the new exhaust and the intake. So it's having a few mods, and the water box has been gutted. So we should see what kind of power increases we will get with the intake and the exhaust. So we'll probably have to tune the carb slightly and see where that leads. But other than that, that one's pretty much ready to go. Everything's pretty much bolted back on, installed. We do have a few things that I had these things, well, I made these things right here. These are supposed to go on the bottom of the stock ride plate. I guess they're just some trailing arms or something like that. And we're still deciding if we should run these or not. I think it'd be pretty cool. I put these on my 440, similar to this. But these are kind of a revised, kind of more better, as in cutting the edge of the water, the way the taper is and stuff like that. But we gotta still install the battery completely. Only one strap, so it's got to figure out how we're gonna do that. And this one is pretty much ready to go. We want to go back to the stock carb because it's got the Klein 42 millimeter CDK, something like that. And I want to put some new spark plugs on it and make sure everything is good to go. But other than that, throttle, everything's connected, everything's bolted back on, except these screws and bolts. Missing one nylon nut that fell in inside the engine bay, and that's the bummer of trying to taking them out because they're stainless steel. So we have to find it somehow, and those go over here. Need to install those. That's pretty much the last piece that goes there, but everything else is pretty much good to go. Paint job looks amazing. It's kind of cloudy right now, so you can't really tell the flakes, but once in the sun, it just gives it a good pop, guess the sun's trying to come out right now. But yeah, pretty much that's it for this kind of episode of these skis. And I guess the next thing is to take them out on the water and basically give it a rip and see how they go. For that one, we have a parts ski, and the carb is somewhere in there, right over there. You can barely see it, but we want to use it. And yeah, basically just clean it out, make sure it works, and slap it on that thing. That thing, we bought it like that with that carb, and somebody just threw some jets in there, and just don't have enough time to get it all dialed in and get the right jets and stuff, because I haven't even seen what jets are inside or which way to go. It just doesn't want to idle, doesn't want to rev up good, and it just dies. It needs to have better springs for pressure and all that kind of stuff. But I think that carb will work for a different project that I think I'm planning on doing, and it should work well on that project, and we have time to mess around with it. But this one, for now, we'll just send it the way it is. But yeah, let's pop the hood on this thing and see what's inside this one, and we'll pop the hood on that one, and we'll go from there. Alrighty guys, so here's the hoods off, and pretty much it looks brand new inside on this one. This one usually fires right up. Let's give it a hit. Eating up the starter like that, but should have pulled the choke, but I couldn't do it with one hand. But you get the point. So it starts up pretty good. It's a little smoker, 2-smoker, Mariner pipe. We have the reduction nozzle bored out to, I believe, about 68 or 69 or something like that. And new spark plugs, gap 2.0022, I believe, something like that. K&N filter, and pretty much it's pretty much it on mods, I think. And yeah, the manifold and stuff like that. But other than that, everything's pretty much stock on this thing. And yeah, pretty good to go on this one. This one looks pretty beat up on the inside. Never actually did anything on the inside and modified or as in painting. It looks pretty junky. We just still do need to do a lot of cleanup on it, and yeah, go from there. So, but it does have the full Kirker pipe, had the carb on there, but we're going to get rid of that carb and actually go with the stock carb. And yeah, should gain, has an aftermarket water box in there, and from here on out it should be pretty much good to go. And yeah, so I'm gonna roll this thing back in the garage and put the new carb on and go from there, and possibly start taking these things out to the lake. Alrighty guys, stay tuned for the test run, I guess. And if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned for more. Check out my Instagram channel and follow me there. But other than that, go check out vintagejetski.com, see what they have to offer, and yeah, see you guys in the next video. Peace. Alrighty guys, so here we are back with the GS 550s, and basically everything is pretty much completed and done as an assembly. And pretty much all we got left to do is put some decals on, or the graphic kit, and put the number plates, the registration numbers. So we got that left, and we got the graphics right here, which we purchased on eBay. And it's got like the 400 JS400 style graphics. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay it all out. They come in a plastic tube, and I did have them switch it up and put a 550 logo on there. So I bought one for this one and that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting the decals on this one and see how they go on, and just go from there. So let's go and set this thing up and see what else we need and how it looks and where all the pieces go. Well guys, this is pretty much how it's gonna be. This part goes on the hood, this goes on the bottom portion, and this goes towards the end. So this will go on the hood right here, and then this edge will start from about right here, and it's gonna go back here. Then the Kawasaki sign is gonna go right here. The jet ski sign actually goes right in the front portion of this. So yeah, this is pretty much how it's gonna go, somewhere around like that. So we'll evenly lay it all out and set it up just like that. So let's get everything set up and start doing a time lapse. Alrighty guys, so the graphics are on. It looks pretty nice. The main trick to install these graphics, you got to use water. Spray water with soap mixed, and then everything else goes on like a dream. Not a single bubble. These are some graphics I got from eBay, and they look pretty decent. But like I said, it looks pretty nice. So yeah.